Hey guys, Curious Hobbyist here. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to show you a number of ways to play some older Flash games that won't work right anymore. Have you seen a Flash game that you've played before and wanted to play it again later, only to find it won't run correctly in your Flash plugin? Here, I'm going to use this example. So, here's a game I've played, Ninja Ball. If you remember this was from a site called king.com. As you can see, it won't run. All that shows is a gray screen. However, if you click inside this, it will try to take you to king.com, but redirects to this site, royalgames.com. However, it does have an option to go to King, which, by the way, is not how I remember it, and all of the games here aren't familiar or from there. Even more so, this logo is from Candy Crush. Maybe this domain name, king.com, was not maintained. It could have been outbought by the creators of Candy Crush. There's also another game, Red Ball 2. The same exact thing happens here. However, the original game, Red Ball 1, does show a loading screen. I couldn't get past this. However, the fact this shows is surprising, in a kind of similar way to Cooking Dash 1. By the way, in that game, I'm on Flo's TV Diner. I think I will beat the game before my update to macOS Mojave. Kind of relieving, I guess, because unfortunately, it may not work then. Anyways, I'm going to show you guys how to get Ninja Ball and maybe some other games working. This entails a standalone Flash player. The first option is to download Adobe's official Flash projector, and I'm going to link this below. Scroll down to macOS, then select Flash Player Projector. Once that's finished, open it, and this shows the contents of the disk image. In this case, that includes one application, which is the Flash player that we're after. Open it, and no windows open. Wait, what? Well, the top left menu bar does change. So now, here's the first way of loading a Flash game in this application. Go to File, Open Location. Now you have to locate a game. For that, you can try using the URL of the game page you want to try playing from. However, it most likely will not work. The reason is, most of these URLs aren't meant to locate the game itself. They locate the web page as a whole, including the game, obviously, but also the ads and scripting. However, there are a few exceptions. Take this one for Spinball. This points directly to the game. By the way, these games are SWF files, so this one did register as valid. So this game is playing as a standalone in the projector. One benefit of this is you can change the window size. So, if it's running slower, changing the window size will likely make it faster. Unfortunately, there is no other way of modifying the game resolution. So, that means you can't play in lower res and full screen. Also, the link here does not open the file in the current tab. It prompts you to save it to your computer. What? It didn't do this before. I guess because Flash is getting old or something? Or maybe this is why. Anyways, most URLs point to a web page. So, to use this projector for most games, you will need to use Mozilla Firefox. If you already have that, you can skip this. Either way, open it, then load the game's web page. In my case, I'm going to load Ninja Ball. Now, right-click or control-click on the site, then select View Page Info. Now click the Media tab, and then you'll see a list of addresses for each file on the site. Now, scroll down here until you find a file type of embed or object. Also, there might be multiple of these file types. If so, make sure the address has the game name inside of it, if you see a file like that. If not, try doing the following to all of the objects. Once you've found the right file, right-click on it to try to copy the address. For some strange reason, that option was grayed out here, so unfortunately, if you have the same problem, you have to return to the Flash projector and manually type it in the locator. Also, if you plan to do this again, consider making a text file to store these, so that way you're actually able to copy from them. However, That's kind of tedious. So who is that really going to appeal to? Here's an easier way. Select the Save As option. Then, you can save the Flash file to any folder. Now you're able to open it with the projector. Select Open File instead. Then locate the file. Now click Open. Unfortunately, Ninja Ball still won't work in this projector. The reason is, that game is older. In fact, it was released in 2009, which makes the game about 9 years old now. However, one more option is still there, and that is to use an older Flash projector. To do that, go to the same Flash projector page, then click one of these two links. Now scroll down to Flash Player Archives. Look for a version you think might work. For instance, the earliest version here is Flash 10. That was released about 2010, and Flash 9 was made around 2006, so either one of these might work. Firstly, let's try Flash 9. To use it, locate the application, open it, then open a Flash file. Firstly, I'm going to try Ninja Ball. Sadly, it still won't work. So let's try Flash 10. Why would this happen? Flash 9 would run Spinball though. However, I did find a bit more hope in this game called VVVVVV, or V6, or VV, or however you say it. This game is from 2011. It also says here, Flash Player from 2009. Interesting. Look inside the app's contents, and there's an SWF file inside. Essentially, that's the game. So once you launch the app, that runs in one window, so it must contain a Flash player. So let's swap the Flash file with Ninja Ball, and then rename it the same. Then of course, open the app, and it still does not work. I did do this earlier, and I swear it worked before. However, I did get that one from a different website. Also, you can open these a different way. Right-click them, then choose Open with VVV. So unsurprisingly, now it works. I guess that was my way of bracing you guys. So now, here's a bit of gameplay. Some of you guys might have flashbacks to this. Interestingly, I tried upping the window size, and these games still run the same size. So there's no way of playing this in any higher res than it is. However, V6 is 32-bit, so that means it may not work in macOS Mojave. By the way, I do plan to review that once I get to upgrading, which point I'm trying to get to as soon as possible. No one's going to see a video about Mojave that's months after it. And let's get real, too unorthodox for much if any popularity. Anyways, if you are going to get that, be aware that if you're on Mojave, it may not work. At least, maybe not to its fullest. If you are in the future, I may have the review up. In that case, I might annotate that here. Well, actually, I have found a way of playing these games in the modern main projector, so this means you'll actually likely only need the main projector. I was even able to get Red Ball 1 working with this. Go to the menu bar, then select Control, Step Forward. This will advance the Flash file past the black screen. In the case of Red Ball 1, I had to do it multiple times here. However, it's actually running in a fully modern standalone player. Just one of the wins of my ability of figuring things out. It only scratches the surface. Anyways, I'm not sure exactly how this works. However, it is good news, because it means you may not even need V6. So, please wait a moment to let it sink in what this means. More of you will have more time to adjust to the following. Anyways, many people are fully against Adobe Flash. In my case though, I am aware it has problems. Like for instance, not being as fast or performant as many other formats for interactive content, like WebGL, and have heard rumors of its security issues. However, I do think that many developers have used it for many good games. To think they'll be outphased is unfortunate. In a way, this video is a tribute to this. Many of us will remember Adobe Flash, and many of those people will be disappointed by its deprecation. Also, some developers will not comply with this. Maybe they won't have the time for it. Maybe they'll have quit their career as developers. Some things and some games and programs cannot live forever.
Flash is a name in the technology industry that grows more and more obscure with each passing year. Once the platform behind nearly every interactive application on the web, you'd be hard-pressed now to find a recent browser that still supports the standard. Where did this key component of the web come from, and what caused its demise? Our story begins like most do, at a science fair. In his high school years, Jonathan Gay had been a frequent programmer of his Apple II computer. He wrote games like Space Invaders and BASIC, and eventually went on to create a drawing program called SuperPaint. After being bought out by the Aldus Corporation, known for their PageMaker program, he released IntelliDraw. That program was special because it allowed for intelligent links between objects. Instead of having to adjust a drawing by hand, the files were interactive. Adjust one object, and the rest would follow suit. After some experimentation in 1995 with animation features in the program, FutureWave decided to combine their product with another new technology, the Internet. They experimented with an embedded Java animation player, but after abysmal performance moved on to creating a Netscape Navigator plugin. Left with no other options, the company relented and released Future Splash Animator by themselves in 1996 to moderate success. Thanks to interest from Microsoft and Disney Online, the animation tool began to gain more mainstream popularity. By the end of the year, Micromedia had contacted FutureWave about acquiring their animation tool, renaming it to its more familiar name, Macromedia Flash. What made Flash ideal for online video was its ease of use and small file sizes. Even Macromedia's own program, Director, produced files in the megabytes of size, while Flash files were about 1/10 of that. Being so small meant loading times were much shorter. Add in the days of slow dial-up speeds and limited internet usage, and this played to Flash's advantage, along with Macromedia's decision to release the Flash Player Browser plugin for free, making Flash the most popular format for interactive online content over its contemporaries Java, QuickTime, Real Networks, and Windows Media Player.
Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. If so, feel free to like it, share it with family and friends, and sub to my channel for more content. If you want to get notifications on new uploads, click on the bell icon after subscribing to my channel. Speaking of which, to check that out, click on my icon or channel name just below the video. For any questions or requests you have, please let me know below in the comments. As always, thanks for watching.